When you visit Jeju Island, you expect beaches, waterfalls, and maybe some mandarin oranges. What you don't expect is to stumble into a living piece of Korean history. But that's exactly what happened to our family on a quiet morning by the sea. These are the Haenyeo, Jeju's legendary women divers. For centuries, they've made their living harvesting the ocean by hand. You won't see them with any air tanks or a snorkel. Their dive gear includes a wetsuit, diving mask, fins, gloves, weights, a weeding hoe, and a net attached to a flotation device to store their catch. That and a deep relationship with the sea is all that they need. The tradition dates back at least to the 17th century. Originally, men were the ones who dove, but as wars, taxes, and hardship swept through Korea, women stepped into the role and soon became the masters of it. By the 20th century, Haenyeo culture was almost entirely matriarchal. These women supported their families, led their communities, and passed down their knowledge from mother to daughter. Today, most Haenyeo are in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. They train their bodies to hold their breath for over 2 minutes at a time, diving as deep as 20 meters. They harvest abalone, sea urchin, and seaweed, always taking just enough to keep the ocean healthy. We watch them walk straight into the cold water with a calm confidence that only comes from a lifetime of doing something extraordinary. They swim out beyond the waves until they were just barely visible. Luckily, I packed my drone with me and flew above them to see them at work. We stood there mesmerized. It felt like watching a scene right out of a movie, a tradition that refuses to fade even as the world rushes forward. When they finally came back in, the women hauled heavy bags of freshly gathered seaweed onto the sand. And then something unexpected happened. One of them looked at us, smiled, and motioned for help. No words needed, just a simple gesture. Come.
It's all seaweed, Dad.
All seaweed.
Yeah.
So there we were, carrying bundles of seaweed up the steep path to the upper parking lot, laughing with the women who had just spent the morning diving in the open sea.
Do you want a hand?
I got it.
You sure I can grab a hand too? Seaweed. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
아이고 감사합니다. 아이고 그러잖아.
Okay. Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome.
아이고 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
They thanked us with nods, smiles, and even a bag of fresh seaweed. It was a small moment, just a few minutes of shared effort, but it felt like being invited into a story much bigger than ourselves. The Haenyeo aren't just divers, they're guardians of Jeju's spirit, living reminders of resilience, community, and the quiet strength of women who chose the sea every single day. And for one morning, we got to be part of their world.